Now here's an experiment I have my students do just to see how wheat can turn right into food. I have you take 4 jars and put a teaspoon of wheat into each jar. And what we're going to do is sprout these jars one day at a time so that you can tell when it becomes food, when it becomes edible. So if you put water, we're going to put water in the first one, then pour that out and let that start sprouting the first day. And day 2, we'll put water on this one and let that start sprouting. Day 3, we'll put water on this one, and so on. And so that these will all be sprouting day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And what you can do is actually taste them each day as they progress and they get sweeter and softer. And you can decide, well, I prefer them on day 3. Or your husband might say, oh, day 4 for me. But the longer they stay sprouting, they'll have a tail. And the tail gets longer and longer, so that kind of looks kind of weird. So you usually want to try to get them on about day 3 when the sprouts are short, but they're nice and sweet and chewy. And then you can add them to anything. You can add them to your salads or make a salad, wheat berry salad all by itself. And try that experiment at home. You can use any cup you want, but I went ahead and used half pints. And I cut these screens just the right size to go inside the lid, screw it on, and that makes it so that I can pour the water out without losing the wheat inside the jar. Then I'm going to just fill it up a little bit and spilling a little bit. But that's just going to soak up that grain. Soak up that water. The grain will soak up the water. And then we'll pour that out tomorrow and it'll start sprouting. Alright, it's day 2 of my sprouting experiment here. And so we have, well, it's time to pour this one out and fill this one up with water. Okay, did that. So now that has a little water in it. That one's now sprouting instead of soaking. We're on day 4 now, and this last one has to be poured out. And now they're ready to taste. The first one here, this is 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 1 soak overnight. To give people a chance to taste them, you just have to take the lid off and take a little piece out of each one. Set them like that, like an experiment. Just set it up. Take some out of this jar. Set it up like that. You can see that this has much longer tails, if you want to call it that, sprouts, than these. And then take this lid off and put some out here. And those don't have much tails at all, just little bitty little growth. And then this has just been soaked overnight. So we'll put some over there in front of that jar. And then you can invite someone. Okay, taste it, see which one you think is ready to eat. And as weird as it looks, this stuff is the part that's actually edible and really tasty. Sweet and yummy. And then you can take this, if you wanted to, and steam it just for a short minute or 2, and then it is even softer and it's warm. You can put butter on it. It's just like having a whole corn or something for a side dish.